Large-scale infrastructure projects require the formal approval of detailed technical planning documents before any physical construction begins. This is a step-by-step guide to drafting a compliant PCI, using the standards established in the updated 2024 Development Manual. Before you open the PCI Proforma, you must secure an approved Project Concept Note, or PCN. This clearance serves as your official authorization to initiate project preparation. For projects exceeding 500 million rupees, or those where infrastructure accounts for 30% of the cost, a completed PC2 feasibility study is also mandatory. Attempting to submit a PCI without these core prerequisites results in immediate rejection by the planning forums before the evaluation ever begins. Part A is the Project Digest. Here you must align the project's objectives with the 5-year plan and targets set by national planning forums. When defining the project location, general descriptions are no longer sufficient. You must provide precise GIS-based maps and exact GPS coordinates for the site. Regarding project cost, the Planning Commission does not accept rough estimates. You are required to submit detailed engineering designs and a full bill of quantities. This table formats your financial timeline. You must distinctly separate local currency from the foreign exchange component for each fiscal year. To account for inflation, an escalation charge of up to 6.5% per annum can be applied starting the second year. Ensuring your financial data is engineering-backed in Part A is how you protect a project from scrutiny and budget cuts by the Planning Commission. Part B covers the project requirements section. Here, you must quantify the specific gap the project fills between current supply and public demand. You will also define the project management unit. This requires detailing terms of reference, salary packages, and accommodation requirements for the staff. To visualize the timeline, simple lists are not enough. You must use network techniques like the critical path method to map out task dependencies. While Part A secures the funding, Part B proves to the evaluators that the sponsoring agency possesses the organizational structure to execute the plan. Part C focuses on appraisal and analysis. You calculate net present value, the benefit-cost ratio, and internal rate of return. Infrastructure must be resilient to local conditions. A region can shift from severe drought to a flash flood in a matter of months. Because of this volatility, the 2024 manual update mandates the inclusion of assessments for climate change adaptation, mitigation, and co-benefits. This requires running a CIRA, a Climate and Hazard Initial Risk Assessment. Disaster risk reduction must be woven into the project appraisal at every level. Under current guidelines, a proposal that ignores climate resilience is considered incomplete by the approving committees, regardless of its financial or economic arguments. Finally, we reach the compilation stage. You must append 9 mandatory attachments to your PCI. Missing a single certificate will stall the entire appraisal process. The core attachments include the feasibility study certificate and a formal environmental impact assessment, and proof that the project is not a devolved subject. Reviewers will specifically look for a certificate proving you explored private sector, PPP, and VGF modalities and determined they were not viable for this project. With documents compiled, final sign-off is required from the Principal Accounting Officer for federal projects or the Chairman of the Planning and Development Board for provincial projects. The fully signed package must be uploaded into the Intelligent Project Automation System, or IPAS, to begin the digital routing process. All submissions must be completed before the deadline set by the National Economic Council. No PCI will be accepted after March 31st. Compiling this evidence and meeting the digital deadline is the final step in moving a plan from a theoretical concept to an active government agenda. By utilizing precise cost data, conducting climate risk assessments, and attaching all required certificates, your PCI is ready for appraisal by the Central Development Working Party, or ECNEC. After approval, the project enters the implementation phase. In our next video, we will cover drafting the PC3 for project monitoring and control. Mastering the PCI is the administrative lever required to secure and manage the millions of dollars allocated for public sector development.